What's up, everybody? Clint Foshee here, and
I'm Albert Chavez.
And this is Front Porch Chronicles. And this week, I'm super stoked. We got on Terrance T-Rex McKinney. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on. We appreciate you.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. I'm excited to get this rocking.
Yeah. So, look, we know you just moved to Florida. What part of Florida did you end up moving to?
Ocoee, Florida is like pretty much right next to it, pretty much Orlando. So
Is that humidity killing you yet?
yeah, we've been in the trenches. I did my first track workout with the team in some vans. You guys saw the video.
Yeah, oh my God.
My ankles hurt for like 3 days, but it was worth it, you know. I'm just trying to get straight to work.
So look, we talked about it. The first thing I saw when I popped the video up, I was like, look, this man just moved. He's probably ain't already unpacked. Mad respect for me for even getting out there in the vans, in the humidity, trying to learn. So look, we're going to send you, I'm a Nike guy. Look, and Nike, we need to get you on board for sponsor my boy Terrance. We're going to send you some black Nikes. I don't know why, but the first thing that popped into my head anytime when I talk about Nikes is the Friday Night Lights. So we got to get you booby miled up. We're going to send you some black Nikes.
You guys better send me the Black Forces.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Look, they don't know about the Black
Forces activity this year.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of people don't know that when you put on those Black Forces, though. Look, where I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. When you see them Black Forces, you better walk a little bit quick because you about to get robbed or murdered, one or the other.
Oh, God.
We love it. We love it. So we wanted to dive into your Instagram page, dude. I was cracking up at looking at the memes. Do you make those yourself with the gate, like the Justin Gage in the hallway? Like when Max tells them to bring him in the corner and the lightsabers going back and forth. I was dying all that. Do you make all those memes?
No, I just be finding like nice videos and people spin to it. Yeah,
dude, I was cracking up. Oh my God,
you inspired me. I actually started after Albert brought it to me and I saw it. I started dying laughing. So I started yesterday. I started doing the MMA memes. Dude, that's where I started it.
Is that where it's from?
Yeah. Okay. So I started it where the chick got knocked out, and as she was falling, they had her stirring a pot.
Hey, those videos are crucial. Someone did one with me. It had me dying. And then I'm like in a video game seat. I can't lie, that shit was
hilarious. Well, you're about to be on one too when you get another quick knockout as well too. So we're excited for that.
So I know we wanted to dive into. I saw where you posted where Conor fired Mike Perry. First of all, mad shout out to Mike Perry because of trying to go over into a different sport. And it's funny to me because people don't have the mindset of MMA and boxing are two completely different things. And Albert was asking me about it, and he was like, well, they're both fighting. And I said, okay, it's similar to this. If you put Muggsy Bogues, who's a point guard, a short one, at that, down low against Shaq and try to get him to stop it. It's both basketball, right? Yeah. But it's two totally different things. Like you can't. Yeah. So
getting dominated.
Yeah. all day cooked. So, you know, but I also, with that being said, I would fight my mom for $10 million. So I'm not mad at Mike Perry for going and get that money, but you know, I was with you with Conor McGregor popping off, and mad respect for you for standing up for Mike Perry and saying like, hey, like give that dude respect. You went and got money and got
paid.
Yeah. Why not let him? Guy, you know what I mean? He fought a guy like Floyd, tiny dude, versus Mike Perry was fighting a dude that probably had like 30 pounds on him. So like, why you hating on someone just trying to? He has kids to feed, so like, why you hating on a guy just doing the same thing you did, left the UFC to get your money right? Like, we're all just here for the same goal, so why not support him? You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. And then he was like, oh, And this nobody, I'm like, bro, which was mad crazy to me because
if I was a nobody, why he respond then? You know?
Right.
Preach, take him to church on a Friday. But look, same thing that I said though was number two to that is honestly, he's talking mad noise. He's the one that really has turned into a nobody. He's been off the scene, off the grid for years now on the, on the juice. Yeah. And then he's pulling out for like a hurt toe. I did a post. Hoffa's foot was like completely broken, and he was on there like talking noise to RDA about not fighting him, and then he's got a stub toe, like a little bruised toe. And don't get me wrong,
John Jones toe came off. He finished the fight.
You know what I'm saying? His toe was almost torn off, and he was in there. But I think when Conor does come back, if he comes back, I'll tell you this. I've told many people that I think it's going to be excuse after excuse. I think he got that money, and I don't think he's about that life no more. I think he's cashed out mentally.
I think he just want to stay relevant. That's why if he does fight, it'll be for that reason.
He'll be in Roadhouse too.
Yeah.
B-list movie. B-list movie. I'm just throwing that out there. No hate, but I'm just saying. B-list movie.
So I was curious, like, where'd you get the name T-Rex from? It's a dope name.
At first it was like I had to just like TREX because I used to have like a shitty wrestling stance, and I was wondering why I kept getting taken down. I was getting cooked out there, getting like teched and shit. And I went and asked my homie Dylan Limber. I was like, bro, why they keep taking me down, man? He said, you're just out there standing like a T-Rex, man. Put your arms down, protect your legs. And then after that, I was T-Rex forever. And then like once I started fighting, I was like, I'm wrecking people. So like I changed it to a T-Rex.
Oh, I like it. Put a little spin on it. I like it.
So I wanted to dive in a little bit back of your background. We know you just moved, but where are you originally from? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I was born in Chicago. My mom was in the military, so we moved a lot. I lived in Linesville, Alabama for a little bit because my mom was getting her life together. She had me when she was 16, so I stayed with my grandma out there. And then eventually she got us and then moved to Atlanta. And then she was stationed in Germany. And then we moved to Washington once she married this guy named Ross. And I was there pretty much like the rest of my life growing up there.
Which was your favorite place to live?
Germany was super sick, but I would say Washington was my favorite because like I really got to make a name for myself. Wrestling at state there was sick. There was like packed out arena, so like I got addicted to that lifestyle, being in the spotlight, you know.
Yeah, no.
It's so gorgeous up there too. I love Washington.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah,
there's so much to do out there too. You said a little bit about wrestling and stuff like that too. What age did you start wrestling?
I started in 7th grade.
Oh wow. Okay, that's early.
What led you to MMA?
It was actually that near-death experience we were talking about earlier. So like, after I saw them demons, like I ended up passing out, falling through a window, and I saw all this crazy shit, and I ended up becoming like one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet because I'm fighting everyone, and then like only like these like super galactic like MPTs could stop me, right? Like they sedated me and stuff, and then I get in like the ambulance and I start doing this crazy shit with my hands, and then I feel like everyone on Earth die, and then I'm like sitting in heaven and stuff, like pretty much like part of God, and then I wake up in the hospital, and after I seen all that crazy stuff, I was like, there's only one place you become the baddest man on the planet, and that's the UFC. So
that's pretty epic.
So after that, I ended up going to college because one more year because I'm trying to get a national title because then you can automatically start making good money like 5 to 10K. So I wanted to go try to do that, but the situation wasn't working out, so I dropped out, and my journey started when I was like 22.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question with the near-death experience. How did that change your mindset besides just going to be an MMA fighter?
Just realizing what's really important because I always was trying to hang out with friends and then I start realizing like, damn, my bros are growing up, and I was missing it, like, because everything just start happening so fast, year after year when you're going, you're like missing your brothers. Like next thing you know, they're graduating and shit. So I just had to realize that like what was really important, and that was my family. Like no matter what I look like on TV, look like a crackhead, they're the one that stayed on my side. They didn't snitch. They held it down for me, and that's what I had to realize. Like they're actually looking up to me, and that's what made me want to make the change.
Yeah, it's always funny once you realize you're not getting any younger. Like you found this out when you're 22, but whether it's like when you just graduate college or like when you're at like your senior year, like what happened with you, you start to realize that the world is not just what happens in college, and then you have to like actually branch out and make a name for yourself too. So that's pretty incredible how that one experience, as tragic as it was, it allowed you to like really see the future of like who can T-Rex really be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
So let me ask you, how does that situation and kind of everything? We know you have a son. How does that help you as a father going through that experience and having that mind shift?
Just making sure I'm not too strict, because like once I got to college, I was like, my mom can't stop me from doing anything. So just giving your kids a little bit more freedom, because that way they can make them, like, I don't want them to make the mistake, but if they do, at least it's when they're younger, and like they don't have to do it when they're older. They can figure it out, the situation, before when they do get in trouble. It's like a big effect. So the consequences are a lot bigger once you're older. So if they can make it when they're younger, I'd rather that happen. Give them a little freedom so they can learn.
And then the consequences that you face too, like in college too, that probably puts a little bit of it seems like it would help you realize what's the bigger picture for them too. Because
Exactly. I
obviously the
had no
kids,
choice
yeah.
to get serious, or
Yeah.
else, because I ended up entering like four cops. It was like, yo, I gotta get serious or it's a wrap.
Well, and I could see where I'm glad though that as a father, sometimes situations like that for me, sometimes people turn into being too strict because they went through. I know for me, I'm an OG dad. I've got 5 of them. So with me, with my oldest child, I went through a very troubling childhood. And so for me, it made me super strict with my daughter, which is probably similar to with your mother, the situation that she had. And so for me, I had to kind of mind shift. I saw what did and didn't work with my oldest daughter with being too strict, and releasing that to. So it's a good thing that you see to let them make mistakes now when they're
Yeah,
on a lesser scale. It might be stitches or something sometimes. Like I know
yeah,
mine just had
exactly.
stitches in his eye. I'd rather have stitches in the eye now than something serious that happens later. So kudos to you for taking that situation and evolving from it, rather than having that situation and just saying, screw it, I'm just going to continue down a path of destruction. So,
Yeah, that guy, like I said, like you said, there gotta be a balance. You gotta have rules, but you gotta let them learn. That's the only way they're gonna be adult. You treat them like a kid, then you're gonna get kid results. And I'm trying to train them to be an adult. So like you said, you gotta let them learn, make mistakes, maybe some stitches, but it's better than death, like you said.
yeah,
Right.
no doubt.
Speaking of that too, so after you have this huge revelation in your life and your parents are probably freaking out too about it, right? What was the reaction when you're like, hey, after this thing that just happened to me, to be like, hey, I'm an MMA fighter? Like, what was their reaction?
It was crazy. I was the first person 20 and grounded. I'll tell you that. I was grounded. I was grounded the whole summer. Shit sucked. I had no choice but to get clean. I couldn't even leave the damn house.
That's
uh,
funny. Do they come to your fights? Any of
uh,
them?
I don't like them too, cause like I can always feel people emotions. So like I'd rather just not have that around, because like that anxiety, I don't want to feel it. Like when I'm in my zone, I just want to. Like when you go to war, like sometimes you just got to do it by yourself, and that's when you're gonna grow the most. And that's just how I like to do it.
I'm the exact same way. So you hit the nail on the head. I read people and energies and stuff. I'm very intuitive.
Yeah,
And so,
exactly.
like, when I go to whether it be IBJJFs, I had 2 MMA fights back way, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're coming to support you." And I'm like, dude, if you're gonna show up, don't even tell me you're gonna show up.
Don't even tell me or talk to me.
Thank you. I don't even want to know. I know my second fight I lost because I'll be straight up. I had so much anxiety because my oldest daughter at the time, she was like 8 or 9, and she visits me for the summer. And the fight, and I was like, dude, I tried every reason for her not to come, but she was like so adamant about coming.
I know what
Bro,
you're talking about. My mom, my brother, sometimes I'm like, damn.
so we know you just joined a new team. How's that going?
It's incredible. Yeah, we got a lot of good talent here, and I just like I said, I rode with Julian. The dude's nice as hell, and it's nice to be with a coach. Because some people coaches they ain't never fought before or nothing. It's nice to be with a coach. He was 12-1, so like you can like really respect someone. Like it's nice to like kind of have that with the coach.
What team are you with?
Fusion XL. So it's just not like I said. He really breaks down a fight to make sure like you win every time. Like there's strategy to like every round.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here to do. We're here to win matches, not just be a kill to be killed. I'm ready to get ranked and just quit playing around. I got enough highlights for anyone. So now it's time just to put us
Dial
win
it in.
together. So
Yeah,
that's
keep
what we're
building
here
you
to do.
up.
Yeah. So what made you switch to this team individually?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I told the coach, it wasn't even on my radar at first. I was thinking about going to Kill FC or American Top Team or Extreme, and then like I don't really like make decisions without praying on it. And then I prayed, and then like I was like, wherever I'm supposed to go, just have the person reach out, like where I'm supposed to go, or just give me a message, say it in my head, and feel rolling up, reaching out, but I was still like kind of timid about it. And then
Yeah.
like one day I'm just sitting there and I kept hearing fusion, fusion, fusion. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, and that's where I'm supposed to go. And then like the people that prayed for me, I hit them up and I was like, is this where I'm supposed to go? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, bet fusion it is. And then I pretty much put an application in at a random apartment and moved down.
Boy,
That's
if that
amazing.
ain't God's plan, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I know every gym has their own style. Now that you've kind of built a little bit of rapport with Fusion, what does a typical day look like you with them?
Just high level stuff, just grappling more, and I'll say just we've been working on defense. Uh, Other than that, and I'm just getting acquainted with the teams, getting closer with the guys. I'm about to go to event next week out here, just support the team. Just show them I'm all in.
Yeah, and once you do that too, like you'll start building that camaraderie, and then you can figure out who you actually vibe with a little bit more. Start getting some tips and tricks from everyone too. So that's cool that you're actually building a foundation with them too. Um, do you have a? Oh, I had a question for you on this too. So, do you have like a pre-fight routine that you like to do, either week of the fight or like right before day of?
I'm the type of guy that I'll fall asleep before the fight. I don't even try to like get all amped up until I'm like right in the cage. I want to save all that energy, all that power for when I get out there.
Dude, it's crazy how alike we are because I'm the same way. Everybody's like, bro, are you going to warm up? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
I was like, I
Just
gotta
wait.
fight anyway. Why would I want to waste my energy?
Exactly.
The same exact thing.
I told him the same exact thing. He was like, what is your warm up routine? I'm like, bro, I don't have one. Dude, bro, do you see this mullet? I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, bro. I'm
I
just
love
like,
the
I'm like, bro, put me in, coach. Whenever it's my time to go, just wake me up and I'm ready to ride
Yeah,
out.
and I was fast on the motherfucker, like you guys know.
Exactly. Cube, let the bodies hit the floor and push me in there. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, do you have a fight that currently booked, or are you looking to book?
We should be getting booked here soon. I have my coach send him a message. We just got cleared. For like I took a like test to make sure neurologically I'm doing all good, and I
Yeah.
got cleared on that, and we sent that to UFC, and now we're about to get something booked and get back in action.
Let's go.
We can't
Let's
wait to see that.
go.
We can't wait to see that for sure.
So let me ask you this, knowing that you came into the game at a younger age, what advice would you have for an upcoming fighter slash wrestler that's wanting to get into an MMA career?
I always tell people come open minded, be eager to learn, and don't wait to do pro stuff. Don't wait to be a UFC fighter. Be a UFC fighter now. So if that goes for eating right, putting the extra miles in, like I said, lift, do everything that the pros doing. Don't wait to do it. I say do it now. If you want to be a UFC fighter, train like a UFC fighter now. Don't wait till you're in the big league to make all these leaps and changes. Like, just be ready to just train like one. You're gonna be one. Just period. Just like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mindset is
I
crazy.
don't think more and more after we get more people on, it's people don't realize how much you guys really, really go through day to day. Like you guys are fucking training every hour, every minute, and then if you're not, you're resting or recovering of some sort so that you can train later on in the afternoon too. So I think that's the biggest thing is like as you want to make it like as your professional career, it's completely different from like just doing it for fun.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
that's
I tell 'em, do the ice bath. Do whatever you can. Especially if you got free insurance. There's no reason not to go the extra mile.
well, and that's the thing with this podcast that we wanted to create, and that's when we first started talking about is showing you guys in a different light that you have children, that you have like moves that you make, that you have to live a lifestyle, and that's not just showing up and you fight for 15 minutes. Like you have to eat right, you have to diet right, you have to go through trials and tribulations. And the hope was that people like on Twitter MMA is like savage. And like some of these people on there, I'm like, bro, they're like, you lost, kill yourself and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro,
Hey,
simmer
they
down.
ruthless, huh? The fans.
Thank
They'll
you,
love you 1 second, they hate your next. They ruthless, bro.
bro. And even when they love you, they hate you. And
I'm
then
trying to
it,
tell you.
And then it's like 99% of the time they've got either a fake profile picture, fake name, or both. And it's like, bro, who even are you to try to knock somebody that's out here trying to provide for their family? It's insane to me, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But
So
I
based
like
on
those guys. More motivation, you know what I mean?
well,
Exactly.
speaking of motivation, I was curious, like, what is it that really continues to motivate you and like push you to get to that next level and continue training, going through all that hard work that you guys have to go through every single day?
For me, family, God, my son, and really just it ultimately myself. Like at the end of the day, I never did anything just to be a participant. I'm not a participant. I've been ranked number 2 in the nation, ranked number 1, 2 time state champion. When I do something, I want to be the best at it. So like, that's just the kind of person I am. I'm not here just to be in the UFC. Like that's why you see me making these moves. Like if I don't touch the belt, this shit was pointless. Like I'm not gonna do it unless I'm the best. Like that's the goal. Like if you don't want to touch the goal, why you
Why
fighting?
doing it?
Yeah,
It's crazy though that some guys you can see in the UFC, and like I said, going back to reading, and I'm around a lot of these guys. There are some guys that are just there for nothing more than a paycheck, and that's cool. I'm not knocking, but I like you kind of have the mindset like if I'm going to take the time to do it, the money part of it is cool and all of that. But at the end of the day, for me, if I can't be the best at it or I can't put that belt on, on my profile picture, I got the belt on. That was RDA's belt. When I helped him move, he
yeah.
was like, I was like, bro, the back part of it came off. I was like, let's take it out. He was like, bro, I haven't taken this out since I got it. I said, let's take it out and take pictures with it. He's like, okay, let's take it out. So
Dude,
if
that's
I
hella
can't,
hard.
yeah, if I can't have the goal, bro, for me, there's no reason in even me doing it. So kudos to you for going after the gold rather than just going after the money because
Cause it's
that
gonna
makes all
be
the
there when you're succeeding anyway. So like the main goal is just to be the best version of yourself, and the best version of myself to me is a champion. So like I'm not stopping until I get that. I already know what kind of athlete I am. I've been a top athlete in the world, so I know like that's what my capability is. So I won't put my ceiling any lower.
That's dope. And going back to being a parent, your son sees that. And that's so moving for him going forward to see you have that mindset makes a big difference.
Yeah. So what is the biggest lesson that you have learned since becoming a professional fighter in MMA?
Just take everything as a grain of salt, you know. Like your mom used to tell you, there's always gonna be someone bigger, better, and faster, you know. Uh, and at the end of the day, just remembering like there's always tomorrow, you know. Like no matter what happened in a fight game, like I always got a life tomorrow. I got my family. Just remember that no matter what, I'm not just a fighter. I'm a father. I'm a friend. You know. Just remember, like this doesn't define me. You know. So I will never let it eat me up inside.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Some
dang,
of the
bro. You take on this Friday, dropping truth bombs. I'm like,
Well, and
sheesh.
a lot of that probably has to do with your faith too, right? You talk about it a lot in just the little interaction that we had is like it's bigger than just you, right? Like if you rely only on yourself and you start thinking too inwardly, then it's like, what's the point? There's got to be something bigger, or else it's
Exactly.
just for the accolades. Like I know you said you're doing this for the title to want to be there for your own personal self, but it's not just that too. It's like how does like your faith kind of apply in this situation?
It's everything because, like I said, I want to start a gym. Like I want to help people like as much as I can. So like, because when I was growing up, I want to be there to like throw people's profile out there, you know, because when I was coming up and I was training with guys, I was like, why don't you post me? And like, that would have been helpful, you know, to give me a little push, you know. I want to be there for the guys that really working hard and I see them working hard. I'll post their things. People who are really out there trying to get it. That's the kind of person I am, and I want to start a gym for people that don't have money, you know, and just give them the chance to make it to a high level. The people that can afford it. So that's like my goal, and just basically like have staff there for counseling because like I said, there's a lot of mental that goes on in the fight game. So I want to make sure there's mental coaches there as well, and that's kind of like a system I want for the gym that I'm trying to build once it's all said and done.
You can tell you have a very pure spirit and goodness about yourself, like reading. This is me on the outside being intuitive. You can tell that everything you do is for everybody else. And even with the belt, I think when you say you want the belt and you want to be the best, I think you want to be the best because you want to be a light to others. And at your age to be that and have that pure goodness about you is super dope. Keep that spirit and keep that vibe, bro, because it's we had Bobby Green on last week, and he the same way, like just has this pureness and this goodness, and you've had every reason to kind of divert, but you have this pureness about you, and people see you as this fighter and they think this, but they don't know like the loving, caring God that wants to do for other people and be a helping hand to other people. That's super dope, man. Like
Yeah, that's why I got genuine fans. Like I talk to fans, I give them advice, like whatever you need. You know what I mean? If just for someone to feel special, like I gladly would message you, show your friends, whatever you want to do, whatever I can do to put a smile on someone's face. I'm here to do that because I know what it feels like to be down or feel like you're alone. You know? Well,
mad respect. I've been there. I've been there, and so we got to be homies after this because
no,
we're
we
very
will, we will.
yeah. Like we, I can already tell like we vibe on the same level, and kind of similar to you. For me, I always try to build up. In one of the things for me, I came from such chaos. It's that I always want to be a light to other people and help other people not have to see those dark days and think that that's the only thing that they have. There is a brighter day. There is people out there that go through all kind of different struggles, trials and tribulations, but God always has a plan and a purpose for each one of us, and it's just about aligning with those people that have that same mindset to bring up the people from the masses and doing God's work. And so it's super dope that we're on the same
Exactly. That's
wavelength.
why I was like, I'm happy with where I'm at. Exactly. Because I'm around
Yeah.
people that want to be the best, you know. Because I know that I always have someone to go train. Like, oh, what do you want? Do you want to go train? I know, like, I can just see like the demeanor of people your day about it. Like if I call them, I know they'll go put the extra work in with me. So it's nice to be in an environment like that.
Yeah, that's
So speaking of that too, like obviously you have a lot of really elite guys around you and stuff like that too. How do you balance being a father, being a professional MMA fighter in the UFC, and then just being Terrance McKinney all the way around? How do you balance everything like that?
Just making sure like no matter what I'm doing, like if I get a call, I'm asking it for the BMs to see my son. Like, if he say he want to talk to me, then I'm asking it. I don't care like what I'm doing. You know, I could be in an interview and I'm like, oh, my son, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just making sure just making sure I remember what's most important. You know, no matter what, how big this shit gets, I just always want to make sure like I stand on the morals that was built upon me as I grew up. So.
Yeah, you don't want to forget your roots ever too. Me and him talk about it all the time, like because we grew up in completely different environments. He grew up in a very his words like chaotic environment. I grew up in suburbia for the most part, and then had to like we had to like mix each other's roles. And he reminds me a lot of my dad too. So he has kind of instilled similar values to what I grew up in, but just in a different kind of way of growing up. And so it's like interesting how you like two different people can come together, and like now with you, like you just have to rely on what you grew up in and like where you want to go. Because when you have so many different people wanting so many different things from you, and like now that you have this limelight on you, it can get very challenging to remember who Terrance McKinney can be, and you have to find a way to like ground yourself. And so it's really cool to actually see it in real time.
Yeah, it's also cool to see people that you vibe with and learning who to vibe with and who not when to vibe with. Because a lot of times in this business, sometimes people feel like they get stuck with people that don't morally have the same vibe as them. And they're like, oh, well, but they're part of my team, or but they're part of this, or oh, but that's my whatever. The biggest thing is learning when to stay and when to walk away. So I commend you. I commend you on finding something that fits your vibe and that your energy, and you know, knowing that you're gonna like it take you to the next level, and your humbleness is super cool. So we're gonna kind of go into something a little bit fun here. We're going to do some rapid fire questions. We're going to put you on the clock, and say the first thing that pops into your head. You ready? We're on the clock. Who is your favorite fighter growing up?
Anderson Silva.
Woo! Yes.
Oh my gosh, the legend too.
And
What
then
is your
Jose Aldo as well? And then and then
yeah.
John Jones. Like I really love watching fight. I like Prime BJ Penn too. He had the sauce.
BJP, all of those.
He was
if you
flying
could
in,
just
people
merge all
were
of those
flying
together.
Yeah, he was doing it all.
Yeah.
Which one of those fighters like really influenced you to like? Did you take any of those styles and put them into your game?
Definitely. I would say like John Jones, like just the stands. When I first started, like that's all I'll do, just take people down, ground and pound, smother, elbow them, submit them.
Elbows.
Yeah.
They just legalized the 12-6.
I know. I'm about to hurt people. Like I like to with the hands down too. You can knee them. They gotta be on their knees. Oh yeah.
Sometimes somebody's getting baptized.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. So, what is your favorite travel destination? You've been to a lot of places.
I would say Miami. I love to go to, and then Brazil was a sick trip. Honestly, you know, the place I really want to go to look sick is Australia, Sydney.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've only been there once.
I think that's gonna be my favorite once I go there.
What is your biggest pet peeve? See, you're like me. We got a bunch of them.
I got a bunch, yeah. Someone just lie for no reason, you know what I mean? Like
you are.
I hate a motherfucker that lie for no reason. Like especially if something little, like you couldn't just tell me. Like I don't even care. Someone that always has a story to top their story. That too. Like
look, and see, I hate a liar, bro. I will cancel you out for being a liar. I'm telling you now, I will cancel. I had one friend of mine that was a good friend, and he was like, oh, I can't do this because of this, this, and this. And he threw out this whole like deathly, like wife with hospital. And I was like, what? Man, I feel like, and going back to the empathy thing, like I was like, man, I'm so sorry. Do you need me to bring you guys something? Do you need me? Homeboy popped up on live like an hour later and was at a concert. Bro, no, we can't be homies after that. You had
that motherfucker foul for that.
Thank you, bro. He had me over there singing One Last Cry for his wife, thinking she's about to die, and they're over there getting litty in the city at the concert.
He probably was celebrating then.
Bro, I put unfriend so quick. No. And he was like, bro, what happened to you? No, I'm good, bro. I'm quick to block.
That always has a story to top yours, you know?
Mr. I call him Mr. Me Too's.
Yeah, like, you know what? I gotta do something.
Look, I jumped 10. Look, I dunked on a 10-foot rim one time. Man, one time we lifted the rim up to 23 feet. 23 feet. I jumped up there, did a backflip and dunk. Bro,
I did it off the cliff and dunked that.
I'd be like, bro, stop.
They be having me dying, I swear.
Oh, man. So after a big fight camp, what is your favorite cheat meal?
I'll be eating like a motherfucker. As soon as the fight camp's going, I'm on full nigga activity. Pies, soda, liquor, blunts.
It's a cheat week.
Cheat month.
Cheat month. Maybe even 2. Who knows?
If you could only pick one food, what would it be?
Dang. Surf and turf for sure.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, you're making me hungry. We haven't eaten it.
So what is your hidden talent?
I can draw really good. Sometimes I make music. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I can draw good and I can make some decent music.
Nice. What is your favorite song?
I don't really have a favorite song right now. I just kind of listen to everything. But I've been listening to the song "Amends" by Dylan Jacobs. Pretty fire.
Nice.
Fuego. What is your favorite actor or actress?
Leonardo DiCaprio, legend. And I love the Wolf of Wall Street movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was just going to say. Yeah.
That and the Revenant too. That one's badass.
Yeah,
Have you
when
seen
he
that
was
movie?
with the bear, that shit looks so real. When that bear attacked off that, bro.
Better than me, because if I seen that bear, I'm running.
Dude, oh my god, legendary.
I'm not from Dakistan. I ain't wrestling no bears. They can keep. I always tell people, I say I'm not that Caucasianly challenged. I'm a hybrid.
I always tell people I think I can get a mountain lion though. I think I can get it.
Don't try, bro. Don't try.
Oh man, what is your favorite movie of all time, or TV show?
I like the Warcraft movie. That's one of my favorites.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think they need to make the second one. I'm ready.
I know. Why did they delay shows and movies out so far now?
I hate that, man. Like,
me too.
I know you motherfuckers got money. What you ain't doing?
Right. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? they stretch these things out for like 2-3 years, and it's like, bro, by the time they come out with the next one, they think it's gonna make people hyped to go see it. But I'm the complete opposite. It's like a chick for me, bro. Once I've been there and done that, I don't want to go back. Like, okay, it's been 3 years, bro. I'm over this now. No backstepping.
Did you ever watch Freaky Friday 2? That was about our generation.
Yeah,
Freaky Friday. They're making a new one for some reason.
Damn.
Really?
And it's like 20 years later.
See, they make 20 years later. What?
Yeah. It's weird.
If there was a zombie invasion, what one fighter would you want on your side?
I would say John Jones, because you can tell he's always shooting around.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell, like, that motherfucker ready for whatever the fuck. He probably have grenades and shit, all type of shit.
It always comes down to, for me, it always comes...
And then Cowboy, Donald Cerrone.
Oh.
See?
I feel like he gonna have everything.
And Sean Strickland.
Yeah, Sean Strickland
and Sean Strickland. Those
Sean
three.
Strickland, dumbass, might become a zombie. He might try to really throw hands with them motherfuckers.
He'd be like, boom, 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 try to fight him.
Bro, if you have all
let's
three,
fight then. So I don't want him on my team, actually.
I definitely would roll with John Jones, though. He can shoot, he can scrap.
He's probably got a bunker too.
Probably got
a fan.
Yeah.
And he's got dogs on top of that. He's got them Iron Legend dogs, bro. He's got them things. He's got them dogs trained too. So it's next level. That's who I'm taking on my squad.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we know you got a lot of stuff going on. We'll finalize it with this one. Kind of deep. If you need to take a second to think about it, it's all good. If today was your last day, what do you want Terrance McKinney to be remembered for?
Just having a good heart, bringing as many people to God as I can, and just a champion on and off the mat. Just a genuine person. I don't want people to know that like everything I said I meant it, and just know that like I had the love of God for everyone. Like everyone was my brother, my sister. So like I'm gonna treat you the same way I treat you. You treat me. So like I want everyone to know that I'm just here for you guys just as much as you're here for me.
I love it. It's cool to see like the humbleness in the way that you use what you grew up in, and how that one instance, that one situation, that was your pitfall, but it was the way to just like blossom and make you like shine and see what was really important to you, and then bring it back to how your faith is able to like humble you and make sure that like that's the main goal, right? Yes, I have a mission in fighting. Yes, I have that. But the way I walk with faith, the way I walk with God is most important. So that way everything else has the same morals and values to where you can actually shine and beat yourself. So thank you for sharing that today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I know it's super dope for me, like I said, to see anytime when you vibe with somebody and align with somebody on a different mindset and level. Like I tell people all the time, the fighter stuff and all of that stuff is really cool. But to see somebody that has a pure heart and wants to be and do better themselves, and not really just for themselves, but it's for God's work to make other people around them shine and make the world a better place. If we could bottle up Terrance McKinney's, I would be so down with it and sell it, because the world really does need a lot more people like you that are doing it not just for the payday or not just for the belt, but for the love of God and to spread that word and be a light to the darkness a lot of people need. So I appreciate you wholeheartedly. And if you ever need anything from me, like I said, DM me the shoe size, because I ain't forgot we getting you them black Air Force Ones. But other than that, honestly, from the heart, truthfully, if you ever need anything from me, even to vent or anything, I'm always here for you. And keep being the light that you are, because a lot of people need that in this world. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Real talk. You guys were a vibe. I like it.
I know, right? Look,